Good morning. We're just a day away from the on-track deadline for test one. Uh, and a number of you have taken test one already, which is great for the most part. But what I want you to do is I want to show you in Alex how you can tell whether you're kind of ready for the test or not, as far as having worked through enough. So this would just be hopefully a quick 5-minute. Try to do it. I'll try to keep it at 5 minutes. So I'm going to switch my screen here. So when you come into Alex, I'm in student mode, and this is what you might see. So you usually see your pie here. You can go to start my path and it'll start working you. But let me show you how you can kind of do tracking. So these three horizontal lines, this is our drop-down menu. First, I'm going to take us into the reports, because this gives us a dashboard where we can oversee things. So there's my pie again, and I'm looking to get it completely filled. But here's the objectives. Now, there are 4 objectives in here, and there's 4 tests. It's very nice, the reorganization that they've done with this course since spring. Is now, if we look at the full, notice I clicked on view the full thing, I can see how I'm doing on each of the 4 objectives. I have completed 99% of objective 1. If you've got 95% or better, you're okay to go ahead and take the test. But if you're below 95%, what we want you to do is keep working on the objectives, because the test questions come directly from these objectives, the pool of questions for the objectives. So you need to get through at least 95%. It's best to be at 100%. So let me show you how you can do that. I'm missing one topic. How can I do that? I click on it, nothing happens. So what I do is I go here. I want to learn that topic. So that's how you remember. We go to the learn. Alex says once you get past 95%, maybe I had trouble with that and it jumped me forward. So what I'm able to do here is now I don't know where I'm at. So I'm going to click on this drop down arrow. There's going to be another one. I'm on objective 2. These are but I want to go back to objective 1. So I'll do the double drop down, and notice I can get back to objective 1. This is the one topic I have. Now, some of you might have 2, 3, 4 topics left. You can come here, click on them, and force yourself to go back and learn that topic. Now, again, with this particular one, if it's a struggle and you're not doing it, come see us during office hours. But you'll probably be okay. There might be one question on this, though, and if you don't understand it, this is the one you would miss. So that's why it's really best to get you to 100%. You're going to need to get there anyway. Okay, there's a hard deadline for test 1, which is another week down the road. Okay, so you do have time. We would like you to take it by the on-track date, like you to take it by tomorrow, Wednesday, but there's no penalty for waiting until next week. But we want you to take it as soon as thereafter. So again, I could work through this and then I could have that topic as a learned one. Okay, that's good. And I think that's all we really need to know. So go to reports, and it's objectives that will really tell you whether you're ready. And then what it tells me is I've got 66% of the next test ready to go. I've got 34 more topics, and I'll be ready for test 2. So maybe so what I should do is go take test 1, come back, finish up those 34 topics. Maybe I get that by Saturday, so I can keep on track with my topic goals, my weekly goals. And then I'm ready to take test 2, do a little studying, go ahead and take test 2. And then next week, I'll be working on these 57. Notice from my knowledge check, I've gotten some of these topics already. Some of you are going to be that way. Even in the last objective, I've already got 5 of the 47 topics from my initial knowledge check. So you'll see these. If you don't, that's fine. But it just tells us how much is left. And so it's very doable to get done within the next 2 weeks, really. If I finish up this week strong, another week. But it lets you see where you're at and keeps you moving forward. Okay, so then when you actually go to take the test, go ahead and follow. This is from Alex. Remember, to take a test, you have to, where do you go? You go to RP Now for students. And that's all in here. There's using RP Now, do's and don'ts. And so go to RP Now for students. One more thing I want to highlight, you can use your calculator on the tests. You'll see a notice when you go in to take the test, it'll say only use your calculator when Alex provides it. We're not going to use the Alex calculator. We want you to get used to using your own hand calculator. So we've taken it completely out. You won't ever see an Alex calculator, or you shouldn't anyway, in the test questions. That's why you always have to use your own, and you may always use your own. Now, one more thing, a couple of you gotten through and said that the password doesn't work. Well, if I'm going to take test one, I've got to be certain. Now watch this. It says test one, so I can click on here. If I'm not careful, it could be very easy. As I'm looking over here, I think I'm clicking on test one, but I'm actually clicking on test two. So it's going to carry the password for test two, and it won't match the password for test one, and I won't be able to do it. So from RP Now, I have to click take test one, and I go through this stuff and, you know, scan the room, all that kind of stuff that you're going to be doing. And then when I come back, eventually I go back into Alex. Once RP Now is up and running, you got to that stage. I can't get there because my student account doesn't allow me. But when you actually go to take the test, you come here and you go to assignments. Okay, and then you go to test one, which is right here. The other thing I wanted to show you is on our objectives, it does show that I've got 66% of objective 2 completed. Notice I don't have any of my time goals because I didn't actually work through it, but if I was working during those times, you could see your time goals here. And it does show I've got 99% of objective 1 down, and it's kind of given me that credit. So you can also check things here. But you click on test 1, of course it comes up with a password, and that's where you use RP Now. You click on the button there, it puts the password in, and then allows you to start taking the test. But when it's not matching, I have checked these. Occasionally could be my problem on my end, but generally it's you use the RP Now for test 2 and you're trying to take test 1, or possibly, let's go back, you were thinking you weren't paying as much attention for nerves, you clicked on test 2 instead of test 1 or something. So make sure you're clicking on the same RP Now test as a test you're going to take. Those, and that's why we have different passwords, so that you don't end up taking a test that you don't really intend to take. Okay, so they will match up as long as you're doing the right one. And I've worked with a couple of you already, and I believe that was the issue we got, because once you went through again, you were able to take it. Okay, so if you're on track, if you've got objective 1 completed, go ahead. Remember, from here you can study for the tests in the study guides. Again, for test 1, it's kind of a copy and paste. You don't want to study all of these. That's 121 topics, too much. Go to the study guide. Study guide is going to narrow it down. I might be going over, but again, you're bored with me, you can always leave, right? I'm trying to give you as much information here as I can. Let me bring this over. So this is the file you get. Again, we want you to review all of these, because these are the objective questions where we're going to take 11 of these for the actual test. So, cube root of an integer, I don't know about that. So I would copy it. Remember, I've got another video that shows this, but just so you don't have to go looking. What I do is then I go back into my Alex, not in test mode. I need to get into review mode. And then I do the double drop down, because it drops me into some review questions. Well, I want to review a particular question. So I do this drop down, and then in a moment, this comes up. What I want to do is go to my filters, remember, and that's where I paste what I just copied. And there it is, cube root of an integer. Click on it. It's going to give me an example. So let's just go ahead and take a look. This is what I need to practice. So I go ahead and practice it. And I would do those with any ones I have questions on. And if I look at this, oh, I know this, I could skip it again. But this is the best way to review, because you'll get questions again and again. These do not count for or against you as far as your topic goals. They're just practice. Okay, they don't affect your grade. They're just opportunities for you to practice. And I think that's going to be what? -10. Let's check it. And it says I'm correct. So now I can do more practice, or I could go to the next topic. But again, remember, we don't need to have you go through all 121 topics again. You've already done that. We want you to go through these 27. That'll get you ready for the test. Boom, take the test, and then keep moving forward. Each objective, same type of deal. Finish up the objective, come to the study guide, study the questions, and again, it'll be a smaller subset, 27, 30, 40, but not too many questions. You go over those, and from those study guide questions, we choose 11 will be chosen for your test. Then you just take them. All right, be well. Let's see what I want to do. Stop the share. Okay, good luck. Contact me if you have any questions. And if you go through this and you've already got objective 2 done, go ahead and study for it and take it. You don't have to wait for the time that's on the syllabus. Go ahead. And so that way you can take it while it's fresh in your mind, and then you can focus when you get to objective 3. You just worry about focusing on test 3. Take it. Finish up objective 4. Test 4, the final exam, can be taken early, but we'll get there. I have to make it available to you. So for those of you that are that far along, once you do finish all the topics, I will make it available for you. I might not be looking at that right now, so go ahead and contact me, and I will put it in your ALEX assignments. The final exam includes some topics from test 2 and test 3, as well as that last objective. So again, use a study guide to study for it, and we'll all be good. So contact us with any questions. We're here to help. We are now this is week 2 already. So we're moving along. We want you to be successful. Thanks.